Real Talk Sports, where we strip away the fluff and get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Keisha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. I'm rocking with my boy Duvall. We gonna talk about this Asia versus Aliyah Boston beat. But before we get into that, y'all please come in the building, hit the like button on this video. I am on my journey to 2,200 subscribers. Please subscribe to your girl channel. Hit the subscribe button. Don't make me come looking for y'all. Y'all know y'all love this content. What's going on, Devon? How you feeling this evening?
I'm alive and well. Only thing I could do is thank the good Lord Jesus Christ.
I know. Thank you, Jesus.
Hmm?
Look, hey, thank you, Lord, but we about to get messy. How about that?
Yeah.
We about to get messy. Here we go. Look, hey, game 4. Uh, in the semifinals between the Fever and the Aces was a very interesting game, Devon. And I would say we had it was on the backdrop of Cheryl Reeves in the other series getting suspended, and the league coming out saying they're going to use the same referee group that was in the Cheryl Reeves Lynx Mercury game and bringing them over to the Fever's Aces game, kind of making a statement that she believed in that officiating crew. Um, we said before the game on Players Club, we was like very, very interested. So you're gonna change the referee group from the Minnesota Lynx Mercury series, move them over to the Fever Aces, I guess because of what all went down with Cheryl Reeves and Reeves calling out this particular team of officials. This is gonna be very interesting. Let's see what we got. And what we end up getting is a referee, a free throw disparity
Hmm.
between the two teams. I'll bring it up here. The disparity was so great that of course they talked about it after the game, but Duvall, I just want to let people know for the people in the back that think that we just be making up stuff, you know. Let me
Hmm.
pull up the free throw disparity. I'm bringing it up right now. Uh, the Aces took 11 free throws shots. The Fever took 34
Mm.
in the
Yeah.
game, and Aliyah Boston took 13 of those 34.
Mm.
11 to 34. Aliyah took 13, and Asia Wilson took 6.
Hmm.
So I'm premising our conversation with that, and then let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to first before I play Asia's comment. Let's get to what the ladies said at halftime. Talking about Sinead and Adrian Carter and all of them. You know why they calling the game. Let's let's listen to their comments and then we're gonna talk about it. Oh, love. Here we go, y'all.
Interesting. Full disclosure, it was a topic of conversation on this desk as well. Your reaction?
Well, it is interesting. And my favorite thing about a series, you can start to see trends, right? And if you were looking at the games earlier in this series, the free throw attempts, the discrepancy was 5, it was 6, it was 4. Those were the first 3 games. This game tonight, it was 23. The free throw attempt discrepancy was 23. Indiana shot 23 more free throws than the Aces. And when you talk about a favorable whistle, that play that we just showed, to me, it looked like Aliyah clamped first. And then Asia responded to that. But the initial foul to me was on Aliyah.
Yeah, the irony is that Aliyah Boston actually shot more free throws than the entire Aces squad. And mind you, respectfully, Aliyah commits the most fouls in the WNBA and the second most offensive fouls.
However, the foul discrepancy is not the only reason that they lost.
Yeah, don't let this overshadow the fact that Indiana's backcourt was phenomenal. Kelsey Mitchell was special, athletic, bouncy, tough.
So we're going to stop there.
Mm-hmm.
So they acknowledged it on air, the discrepancy, Devon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's just attributed to them changing to that referee group that was from the other game that got Cheryl Reeves so hot that she got thrown out the game? Or do you think some other things are at play here in this series? Let me know your thoughts.
Some everything. Did they fine Becky Hammond for the same comments that Cheryl Reeves made?
They have.
And that was before that game.
Mm-hmm.
She made those comments before that particular game. So it's hard for me to believe those refs didn't know Becky Hammond said that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing that could be at play.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is Aliyah could be the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? If you're a big man and if you initiate the action, a lot of times you get the calls because of it. So that could also be at play. What also could be at play is Asia Wilson. She's a great shot blocker, but the downside of being a shot blocker is sometimes you could be too aggressive as a shot blocker, and that causes fouls as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, that could be at play. So, like I said, it could be multitude of things that factor in why there was a free throw discrepancy with the game 4 of the Fever and the Vegas Aces. And also, we have to factor in the Fever was playing at home. And a lot of times, the home team always get the home whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's also come into play. So it's a lot of things that factor into this situation. But what the best thing Asia did was call it out. Because now it's going to go the other way in game 5. Now, if Asia, instead of falling for that jump shot, and she stay aggressive, and she go to the hole, and if her teammates go to the hole, now that will cause the rest to not say swallow that whistle, but to blow that whistle too, and get those free throws kind of to the middle where it should be. So we gonna see. I just think that Indiana play their cards right, and it's very interesting that Aliyah Boston said that she has a special whistle. So we wonder what that means, and we have to believe that it's true that what Asia Wilson said because Aliyah Boston didn't come out and dispute it. You know, so this is not the '90s where the only way you can dispute something is at a press conference. You can use tweets, you can use your friends, you can use anybody to dispute a lie. And so if it's a lie, she could have came out and dispute that she didn't say that to Asia Wilson. But because she didn't dispute it, we have to believe that it's true. What Asia Wilson said. So if she feel like she have a special whistle, why does she have that special whistle? What's about her that she feel like she deserves more of a whistle than a 3-time, well, 4-time MVP at this point, and a 2-time champion? That one makes sense to me.
Look, my take on this is it's a little bit of everything, just like you say. But one glaring thing is I don't think it's a good look for the W to have a free throw disparity of 34-11 for a officiating crew that was taking the task the night or a couple of nights before. I think it's a bad optics look. And I get it. They heard the comments from Becky Hammond. I get it. But to me, you're proving her point that the officiating is so bad we cannot get any type of consistency. And for post players to and as aggressive as Asia and Aliyah have been playing each other, and you're right, Aliyah is the aggressor, but she is the aggressor while fouling multiple times and not being called for that fouling. And Asia also knows if she does what Aliyah do, because she is the four-time MVP champion, they're gonna call it out because they are super focused on her in this game. So I think it's a lot going on, but I just think it's real bad look for the league that you switch over officiating crew and you have that type of disparity when the previous games the disparity was maybe like Andrea Carter said and Chanae said what it was like 4 or 5 free throws between the two teams and then you have this 23 disparity. Like that's a big jump. But let's hear what Asia had to say about it because I love Asia Wilson. She just tell it like it is, like Duvall said. She got to call it out because she already know if she don't call it out, right, Duvall, they're gonna keep doing it any kind of way. She
Mm-hmm.
called it out. She did it respectfully, and she didn't care what you said. But it's all in, like we tell people, like I tell my kids, it's all in the delivery, Duvall.
Yes.
So here we go. Um,
But what made it successful for them to keep going to her tonight?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Aliyah that question. I honestly, you just do your work. You got to do your work early, and make it different. But Aliyah did say I have a special whistle. She shot 13 today.
She said that to you.
Yeah, yeah. She said the last game I had a special whistle, which is cool. So we just got to play their better defense, make her look a little difficult, and kind of go from there.
All right, thank you all.
Yep.
But what?
Duvall.
Mm. That's what I'm saying. Like, if she feels that way, she had the right to call it out for the simple fact that the league did her a disservice by having the same officials that was a part of a controversy the previous game for another series into that series. Those officials should have got removed from any series altogether at that point. Because what you don't want as a consumer, well, as an entity, as a organization, is for your consumers to think that it's rigged. You don't want your product to be viewed like wrestling. All leagues want to avoid that, especially for gambling purposes. And so, when you have refs that have those type of reputations based on the previous series and how they conducted themselves, that's not that's not that's not the group that you want to officiate another final series as well. Because now you got two controversies with the same officials, where you got enough officials throughout the WNBA where you could have found three more sets of officials to officiate this game, or use the same officials as the previous game. I would rather you do that than use the officials that has some controversy and drama behind their names at this time.
Kathy Eagleberg did it, Duvall, because she was calling herself doubling down, trying to prove that no, my officials are good officials. This narrative that the coaches and the players are putting out is not true. And what she did was did a disservice in this game 4 because even though I'm not gonna ever give a team an out as to the reason why they lost is because of official. I'm not gonna say that. But what I am gonna say, you have other people tweeting that are Fever fans. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Saying, yeah, we had a, you know, we had a special whistle today. Like Robin Lindbergh, he loves the Fever. He even tweeted out, yeah, it was a special whistle today.
Yeah.
We benefited from the whistle today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that was a good look for Kathy Eaglebird. I think she was trying to double down after what happened with Cheryl Reeves, and I think it backfired again. Not saying that the Aces would have won either way. I'm just saying you can't be out here looking, Kathy. You look worse. Um, you know, in my opinion.
This is why people are calling for new leadership because
Mm-hmm.
they not doing things that's best for the league. And what would have been best for the league is to not have those officials even a part of this series, so nobody could even question the integrity of this series. Because let the Aces lose Game 5. They ain't gonna say the Aces lost Game 5 because the Fever was the better team. They're gonna say the Aces lost Game 5 because you had some corrupt officials in Game 4. They're gonna go back to this game right here, and you don't want that. You don't want your product to be questioned. Like I said, you don't want yourself to be considered wrestling because once you do that, nobody's not gonna take your lead seriously. And once you do that, the only thing you did was undo all the goodwill and all the excitement what those two women, Kayla Clark and Angel Reese, has done for you in 2024 by putting the league in the spotlight and by making this league a major sport that it wasn't before them. So you don't want that to be tampered with and undermined by you having corrupt officials in a game that you didn't need them to be a part of. You could have got new officials. It wasn't that hard.
Mm.
But I digress.
Yep. And I just pulled up the tweet. Yeah. He said the Fever definitely, Robin said the Fever definitely benefited from the whistle today.
Hmm. And he's a Sports Illustrated columnist who covers the Fever. So
Mm.
he has a vested interest in not speaking on negativity when it comes to the Fever because his customer base is Fever fans.
Correct.
So that
Mm.
does say something, and that's why you don't put yourself in a position if you're Captain Ingeberg to have those type of officials, especially after Rebecca Rebecca Hammond had just questioned their integrity.
Yeah.
You could have
He
got
did.
anybody else. That
You
you
could
could
have
have
got
got
another crew.
it wouldn't have been that hard. It's like you just want to do that to flex your muscles.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're gonna end up doing is losing your job
Mm-hmm.
because of your ego instead of doing what's best for the league. That's what one thing David Stern, the late great commissioner, that's why they feel like he's the best commissioner in his sport in the history of all sports. Because he always did things that was best for the league, not best for his ego.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's a sign of a great commissioner. That's a sign of a person that sees the big picture instead of reading things at the surface.
Oh, I agree. When I was calling the game with the Players Club, Duvall, I couldn't
Hmm.
believe she did that. I just was like, and then they announced it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay. But we got Game 5 coming up, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. I mean, in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you think we off base, our own base, or losing our mind. But the officiating in the W, I feel is gonna be a hot topic for a while, and it might just get Catherine Engelberg up out of there because you don't want people like you say, Deval, questioning the integrity of the game.
Yeah, you do not want that at all. Like I say, you don't want to be considered wrestling at this point.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things we liked about the W is that okay, it seems like a more pure basketball experience, because in the NBA we like, oh, that's a foul, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But with this whole thing, all she had to do, like you said, Deval, was, you know, err on the side of caution, review the officials, and go through an investigation as to whether they were competent enough and move on. But Kathy couldn't do that. She had to flex her muscles. She fined Becky Hammond. Everybody knows she fined Cheryl Reeve. She fined Stephanie White. Stephanie White got it too, the ball,
Mhm.
because all of them talked about the refs and they backed up what Cheryl Reeves was saying. But I digress. We getting up out of here. Anything else you want to say?
No, not really. You know what I'm saying? Just hopefully a game 5 will be officiated properly and they put
Mm-hmm.
their best foot forward. And most importantly, let the players decide the series.
Yep,
Don't allow the official to do it.
I agree. And we all want just a great game 5 between two good teams that's out here battling to get to the finals. That's all we want.
Yep.
All right, I'm out.
Peace.